Toronto and people who are interested in like the Canadian scene, and they get put onto all the new Canadian music that we preview every week and stuff like that. So we have a niche market of people who are interested in Canadian hip hop. What do you think you guys' niche is, and how was that developed?
Well, yeah, I mean, that is the interesting thing, is that when you first start doing a podcast or a vlog or a show or whatever, it's like you just do whatever because you're not big yet. So you have no pressure. You can just do whatever you want.
Facts.
And then as you get bigger and bigger, it's almost like you kind of have to like figure out your identity. Like, why do I exist? Who am I? Like, why is No Jumper important at some point? Like, No Jumper was like self-evidently important in maybe 2017-ish, like when X was blowing up, when Lil Pump was coming out, when Zach from FTP and Suicide Boys and Yachty were all doing their first interviews with No Jumper, because at the time there was like nobody else doing those kind of interviews. And nowadays it is kind of different, because it's like, let's be real, if the next Lil Pump comes out next week, it's like I might not get that first interview. I want to get that first interview, but realistically, it's like Hot 97 and everybody else, like they all know that it's important to get content done with like pop and underground rappers before they really blow up. Like, so it's kind of like, how does No Jumper continue to have an important role? And that's the whole thing, is that you constantly have to be like adjusting what you do to stay relevant at the time. But I think that the one thing I've really been thinking about a lot is how it's really important to focus on your base of like, who is like the root of your thing, because like for you, like you're focused on really covering Toronto and like covering that area of hip hop. And, you know, let's just say that you catch a crazy ass wave like the one that I did in 2017, where you just get whoever the next like 3 top up and coming rappers, like say there's just a whole nother resurgence of Toronto. Obviously Toronto got plenty of dope rappers and everything, but you know, and if you just like really find yourself in the midst of a crazy ass wave, it's like you can ride the wave, but you got to know that at some point the wave mellows out a bit, and then you're still going to be stuck sitting there like thinking like, okay, well, did I forget who I was? Did I lose sight of what I wanted to do? And to be honest, like as No Jumper has like gone through, like, you know, because all these years in, we're not the only thing. Like there was a certain period where it felt like the only place to go get an interview if you were a new rapper was No Jumper. And it's like,
you were like the king of the hills.
You keep having to reinvent like who you are and why you should matter. And it's crazy, because your existing fan base is always going to sort of reject change, but you have to listen to that, but you also have to be willing to like do what you think is right, regardless of if, you know, knowing that there's going to be people that get their feelings hurt in the short term.
You know what? I've had some crazy even episodes with us, with where we are, and we're, you know, some people tell us, yo, you guys are the shit for out here, and I don't even feel that way, because we don't have hundreds of thousands of views on our videos. But sometimes some people come at me super sideways because they haven't received an interview, or they feel that we've, you know, maybe overlooked them. What's the most sideways that somebody's ever come at you, besides the gun incident?
Well, that's interesting. Yeah, because there's definitely like been, you know, it was different when I was at the store all the time, because when I was at the store all the time, it was like I was too accessible. Like people would just show up acting crazy. And that dynamic was just fucked up. And like, especially when I was at the store, that shit was just like scary as fuck. But I don't know. I mean, I've had so much stupid shit. I had people like walk up and like show me money, like try to be like, oh, I got this 10,000, I got this 20,000, or like try to give me drugs, like, yo, I got the pint of lean for an interview right here, and I'm like, bro, I don't need a pint of lean that bad. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, yeah, I mean, even if you think about somebody like 6ix9ine just bringing bitches over, like just, I mean, people just bringing hoes around like that seems so bugged out to me now, because I'm like, holy shit, I would never let a random ass fool in my hotel room, never mind with some hoes. But, you know,
it's too dangerous out there for all that type of stuff. And you're way too high profile for that now, man. Like, I've been watching.
Yeah, now I'm boring. Now I stay home with my girl, Kat. We Netflix and chill. Like, I don't know. I just don't. I got much less risk tolerance than I used to, running around all crazy.
You're far from boring, Adam. Even when you're at home, even when you're at home, you can just go have a scene and, you know, go back to whatever you're doing. You know what I'm saying?